Okay, we're going to try and solve this trig equation, sine 2x minus pi and 4 equals negative a half, and the domain is between minus pi and pi. So we'll go ahead and do that, and of course the solution is really just the inverse sine of negative a half, and the trick is to work out exactly what that means. And to work that out, we really need to use the unit circle. So I've got a unit circle here. Let's have a look to see where negative a half appears. So on this unit circle, we've got pi and 6 giving us root 3 on 2 and a half. So that's a sine value of a half. We've got pi and 4 giving us 1 on root 2, and pi on 3 gives us a sine value of root 3 on 2. So it looks like it's pi on 6 giving us a half for this solution, but of course it's negative a half. And while a half is over here, negative a half down here. So it's symmetrical to pi on 6, but not in the first quadrant. We'll also get a solution if we're in this quadrant. So these are going to be two possible solutions because they both give us negative a half. This one here is pi plus pi and 6. And since pi is really 6 pi and 6, another pi and 6 gives us 7 pi and 6. This one here is really all the way around to 2 pi, which is 12 pi and 6. Take away pi and 6, so 12 pi and 6 take away pi and 6 will give us 11 pi and 6. So they look like possible candidates for a solution, 7 pi and 6 and 11 pi and 6. But we've got to be careful. We've got to be careful because of this adjusted domain. So let's adjust the domain first. Here's how we go about doing it. So our original domain is between negative pi and pi, but we've got a dilation of 2 and a translation of pi and 4. So really our adjusted domain is between minus pi and 4, that minus 2 pi minus pi and 4, and 2 pi minus pi and 4. Let's see what that looks like in a unit circle. So we'll draw a unit circle, and we see that this is 0 degrees, but also 2 pi. So 2 pi minus pi and 4 will bring us to here. So that's 2 pi minus pi and 4. Minus 2 pi is actually just from 0 backwards to negative 2 pi. And negative 2 pi right here and another pi and 4 takes us to the same place. So really this line here represents 2 pi minus pi and 4, or minus 2 pi minus pi and 4. So that becomes our domain. We're really going from 0 around to 2 pi. So we're going from here, from 0 all the way around to 2 pi minus pi and 4. In the other direction, we're going around to minus 2 pi, and then going another pi and 4 there. So there's two directions we're going. In the clockwise direction, or the negative direction, and in the anti-clockwise direction, positive direction here. And that's going to be, those red and blue lines represent our domain. But we saw with our unit circle diagram here that really what we're looking for, our basic angle solution to sine negative 1 and negative a half, is in these two quadrants. So let's draw those on our unit circle as well. So here's our basic angle of pi and 6. There's 7 pi and 6 and 11 pi and 6. And we'll see how we can get those solutions by going around the unit circle. Let's go around the positive unit circle in the positive direction. So that's anti-clockwise. So if we go around from here, this first one is not a solution because doesn't yield a half, negative a half, it gives us a half. So the first time we get negative a half using sine is here. And that represents 7 pi and 6. So here's our first solution, 7 pi on 6. That's going around in the positive direction. We keep going, we get to our adjusted domain. We can go no further. So really in the positive direction there's only the one solution. Let's go negative. So we're going from 0 all the way to minus 2 pi, minus 2 pi, minus 2 pi, minus pi and 4. So we'll go around and we get this first solution. And that first solution is just negative pi and 6. We keep going around and our next solution is here. And that's going to be negative pi plus pi and 6. Negative pi is really negative 6 pi on 6. We add pi and 6 to that. So negative 6 pi and 6 plus pi and 6 gives us negative 5 pi on 6. So let's keep going around the unit circle. Keep going around. Remember we can't get this solution because that gives us a half. But we get around to here and that also gives us a half. And that is 0 all the way around to negative 2 pi and pi on 6. So we've got negative 2 pi, which is really negative 12 pi on 6, and another pi on 6 gives us negative 13 pi on 6. So now within the restricted domain of negative 2 pi minus pi and 4 and 2 pi minus pi and 4, we've got 4 solutions. This is the critical part of finding these solutions. Once we're pretty sure we've got these 4 solutions, we can start doing the algebra. So let's do that. We now need to add pi and 4 to both sides. So we'll do that to each of these. Just keep going down here. It's 13. Okay, they're fractions, so obviously we need a common denominator, which will be 12. 6 into 12 is twice, so that's going to be a 14 pi. 4 into 12 is 3, so it's going to be 3 pi. We'll do the same with the others. That's going to be minus 2 pi plus 3 pi. That's over 12, that'll be minus 10 pi plus 3 pi. One down here, that'll be minus 26 pi plus 3 pi. We'll go ahead and add those. Get 17 pi on 12 and pi on 12. Minus 10 and 3, negative 7 pi on 12 and negative 23 pi on 12. That of course equals 2x. Now all we need to do is divide both sides by 2. And then we have it. We have the solutions to the equation sine 2x minus pi and 4 equals negative half within the domain minus pi and pi.